Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing today? I hope that this Monday is treating you well. I hope that you had a good weekend, some chill time with the family, or maybe just some doing nothing at all relaxation time because sometimes we need rest, especially those of us that have multiple kids and multiple activities. You've got your church stuff, you've got your house to take care of, you have your families to deal with, and sometimes you just need a weekend of nothing. We had a pretty good weekend. My boys had their last game Saturday, so no baseball for I think the next 2, maybe 3 weeks because they are going to do fall ball. Miss Kelsey, she's supposed to have gymnastics today, but she's not feeling too well, so I don't think I'm going to take her. Husband's still gone. We had a very good church yesterday. Wonderful Sunday school. I have such big plans for the kids for Sunday school for third Sunday, so I just can't wait all the things. Speaking of Sunday school, I want to talk about what we are using for our Bible curriculum next year and what we've been using this year. So, we have been using Bible Truths 1 from BJU. Very good, thorough curriculum. This is why I knew I had what it takes to be able to teach Sunday school. Now, we are practically done with it. We have been using this for like 2 years. And the reason why, number one, it's 160 lessons. We only do it once a week. And sometimes it's not very high on our priority, especially if we're having some difficulties with, the core four: math, language arts, science, history, and all that kind of stuff. So sometimes we do put it on the back burner. Sometimes the lessons take a lot longer. Like when we're dealing with King David, I think that was a very long lesson, because we deal with David in 3 parts. We deal with David the shepherd boy, David the faithful soldier, and then we talk about David when he is a king. So there you have it. So anyway, this is Bible Truths 1, what we have been dealing with. Let me just go to the very first lesson so you can kind of see. I would show you the student manual, but again, this is BJU, and so the student books are all just going apart. And like I said, we've been using this since last school year. So, and I want to say, no, it wasn't the first year's homeschooling. No, we were using from her AOP, we were using, what is it called? The one where they break up their curriculum into 10 lessons. Oh my goodness, I can't even think of the name of it. But anyway, we were using one of the Alpha and Omega publishers curriculums. But anyway, so it starts off like this: something from nothing. So you already know what that's about. We're getting into creation. That's where it starts off with. They have things like, they have hymns. I really don't do the hymns because, we have our own music and songs that we sing in church and everything. And I mean, they're not bad, but we have our own songs that my kids sing at church. There are questions that you can ask your student. This yellow part is what you will read directly to the kids, and then you can just ask some engaging questions. There's a lot of times my kids will, even if it's the last thing they're doing for the day, they take their time with Bible. They love it. That's why I'm saying, like, be careful when you say, oh, our school day is only 2 hours. What are you doing? You're doing something wrong if your school day is longer than 2 hours. Well, my kids discuss and talk and talk and talk when it comes to Bible and science. Those two, they have a lot to say about it. So I don't rush them at all. Then they have a workbook page, kind of elementary, but like I said, this is Bible Truths 1. I'm going to get into Bible Truths 2. So anyway, another resource that I would use with this earlier in the years is right behind me, actually. I got these from christianbooks.com. Take home Bible stories, just to kind of, if someone was bored or we needed to, I'm going to do the Old Testament. It's divided up into Old and New Testament. If someone was bored or we had extra time, sometimes we haven't used them in a while, but I would rip the page out and then make a copy of it because I want to reuse it. So this is like Cain and Abel. It's like front and back. They will color it, cut it out, and make a little booklet out of it. So like I said, we haven't used it in a while, but I mean, I can also use this stuff for Sunday school. I can use it for Vacation Bible School. And again, like if somebody's literally sitting there with nothing to do, or, you know, just because we're waiting on someone, you can do one of these. So there were a lot of matching stories from this book that went along with these. So I thought that was a very valuable resource. Now, I used to utilize this. I got this when we first started. And then I was reading from this, and then I was reading a Bible account in this. I'm going to show you a longer Bible account, and you'll see that it was just unnecessary to, you know, read all of that stuff. So, like, let's say Noah. No, I don't want to. Well, no, I'll show you this. God sends the flood. So while reading about Noah in here and then reading through this, it was a little redundant. So I ended up ditching that all about Jesus storybook, and I just read straight from this. And see, as you can see here, in your teacher's book, there's a disc that has like the template for this. You can cut it out for the ark, but oh my goodness, guys, we had the most creative for Noah's Ark. There was like this take home. I'm gonna have to. Do I still have it? Hold on, guys. Let me show it to you. Okay, I got this book off the. I always have a difficult time with this. Carson Diosa. Christian Crafts. This is grades 1 through 3 because I also have a pre-K one. But for Noah's Ark, we got giant poster boards. And we did this for the craft that goes along with Noah's Ark. And when I tell you tons of fun, oh my goodness. There are these cutouts. I just copied directly. I put cardstock in my printer, copied this stuff, copied all the things that went along with it. And we just arranged it on, it was like 3D. You see these perforated lines, you glue that backwards and stick it on a poster board. And it was like a 3D poster, and oh my, it was the cutest. I almost want to recreate it now that my kid's a little bit older. But anyway, so that's that. It does come with, so like I said, yeah, you have these questions that you can ask the kids. There are workbook pages in here as well. So typically the way we do it is we watch Superbook. So if there was something like, let me go through one of these to see. I mean, my kids were, let's just say Noah. Let's say we're doing Noah's Ark. So the first day, I typically would do Bible. We usually it wasn't planned, but we always did it on Tuesday. So what we would do on Tuesday, we would watch Superbook on Noah's Ark. If you have Amazon Prime, all the Superbooks are on Amazon Prime. We would watch that first, and I like baked cookies, and my kids liked it because it would be like 10 o'clock in the morning, they're eating cookies. So they would watch Noah's Ark, and then we would go through the lesson, and then usually there's always a craft with it, we do the craft, do the workbook page, and that's Bible. So I did want to talk about Bible Truth 1 and then comparing it to Bible Truth 2 because, so of course you have God and creation. We have unit 1, it's called God Creates His World. So we got the section of something from nothing. God is the maker of all things. Man disobeys God, Adam and Eve, a savior for men. And then we jump to Jesus. And then we have unit 2, God keeps his promises. And as you know, that's Noah and the ark. We have Abraham. Let's see. Trust brings peace. Trust brings fellowship. Okay, that's about Jacob. Jacob's dream. Jacob works for wives. Then we have trust removes fear. Esau forgiving Jacob. My favorite, Joseph and his brothers. We actually watched a movie on Joseph. It was like a cartoon movie, but it was so nice. My oldest, he cried. It was it was so sweet. But anyway, Joseph the hated brother, Joseph the slave. And then we got trust brings blessings. Now we're shifting. Joseph the interpreter, Joseph the provider, Joseph rescues his family. We got Unit 4, Christmas. So we skipped that one altogether. We did not do that section. I had meant to circle back to it, but then by the time we should circle back to it, it didn't make any sense to do it then. So we just did something else for Christmas. And then Unit 5, God calls his people. That's where we have Moses. Then God delivers his people. That's, God and doing his miracles. That's where we went to another craft that we did through another resource that I use. It's called Teach Sunday School. Let me go grab it and I'll show you what we did for that. Okay, so I was on, when we're dealing with Moses. Okay, so like Unit 5B, it's God delivers his people. So in that unit, we have 5 different lessons. The first lesson is 76, God shows his power. 77, God frees the Israelites. Lesson 78, God leads the way. Lesson 79, do right, which is an application story. Let's talk about that, the application story. So it's on page 82. It's these stories that you read, which are like real stories that kids can relate to. Kind of like how our Sunday school booklets are for the children. Like the adults doesn't have it, but for the kids, it's like real life stuff the kids have to go through and deal with. And it's always a moral to the story. But anyway, so with these lessons, like when we talk about God shows his power, that's going to be the 10 plagues of Egypt. So I got this from, I had my patio open and I'm hearing like a bird. It's sounding weird. So there's this wheel. I'm obsessed with these types of wheels, guys. Like, the kids can get absolutely creative with these. And I'm going to show y'all that research in just a website, not research. The website where I got these resources from. I love these. So we got this. I know Oriental Trading sells them already pre-colored. And all you have to do is just put them together. But they even have some that's not colored and your kids can color them, but I didn't purchase those and it's not too expensive, but I just didn't get it, guys. And then I have one for the 10 Commandments. These are mine. I didn't want to dig through my kids to try to find their stuff. And then this is who's getting anointed. David getting anointed. Oh, speaking of King David, I have to show you guys. Oh my goodness, I have to show you these paper dolls that I found. Guys, give me a minute. I'm going to show you these. There is so much you can do with King David. I'm going to show you what I found. Just hold on. Let me get it. Okay, first let me just show you what the website looks like. It's called teachsundayschool.com. And these are all of the lessons that I have access to, that I have purchased. So a lot of times I have a lesson that we're going to do. I just access one of these and I'm like, oh yeah, let me see what I have. I'm going to see if I can find the one on David that I have. Let's see. I wish somebody could yell out, hey, you passed it. Okay, let me see. And then sometimes, guys, I forgot that I even had this. But that's where I got all these wheels from. Let's see. Samuel. Okay, so. It's not there, but I'm just going to show you guys what the heck did I just do? I'm going to show you like a sample. So let's just say we're doing Abraham and Isaac. So I'm going to go, all right, guys, let me click on here. So I'll download this here. I'm still going to show you guys the one that I want to talk about with King David, but just give me a second. So this is everything that you need, okay? And a lot of my Sunday school lessons, I have them from here too, to use in addition to what the book is on. See, look at this. There's a lesson overview, scripture and lesson, printable craft, game. It's just all the things you would need. I don't utilize everything because I like my BJU press. But if you have Sunday school or something, you guys can, this is for Sunday school, so. But I use it just to reinforce, I'm getting to the craft, y'all, to reinforce what we, see, God's perfect timing. You're going to make like a little clock, right? So it's just things like that. So, but let me get to what I want to really show you guys. Okay, guys, so this one, the light, this one is on David and Goliath. So this is everything that you would need for a David and Goliath lesson. I'm just going to scroll down to the actual craft, the one that I'm like so obsessed with. And you'll see, because look at here, paper dolls, guys. So when you're talking about King David, you can switch out his clothes and use the same David. So if you're doing David and Goliath, here we go. David kills Goliath. You got him. That's the one you're going to keep using. Then you got David the king, David the warrior, and David the writer of Psalms. So guys, as I was saying, you can get as creative as you want with these Bible lessons. The book itself has tons of crafts. Sometimes I like to be a little extra, and that's when I go to the teachsundayschool.com website. They're like lesson add-ons. I think that whole kit that I purchased from them, it was very affordable, but I want to say I did pay like $20 for it. I believe, and it has a ton of resources. They sell like everything you need for both Old and New Testament, but it's like $200. And I was like, I don't think we need all of that. But I'm wondering, like, all the little add-ons. I think I purchased like 4 or 5 different add-ons, but I don't know. So I digress. So let's get into Bible Truths 2. What we will be using next year. So I believe for this, I may get one more lesson out of this. But as far as, let me explain, before I get into Bible Truths 2, let me explain what's going on here. There are some things that we did skip. I'm really big on Bible studies. Bible stories. Not to say the story of Jesus doesn't matter, because it does. But I really think that kids, especially my children's age, they benefit a lot more from the actual Bible studies. So that's why I want to go through all of the Bible stories first. We have 100% exhausted all of that. Guys, we're in our last week of school. Like I said, we've been using this book for like 2 years now. The book is all falling apart. It's torn up. My kids are getting older now. So I don't even think that we're going to be able to complete it. I'm sorry, this is our final week. So I think the only thing that we probably will do this week is that talk to God in prayer. Maybe. I don't know, because I found a prayer wheel that I want to do for my kids. So practically, if I choose to be done with this, we can be done with this book. And we only skipped a couple units. Now, next year for Bible Truths 2, it's divided up the same exact way. You have the same lessons and units. And I might add, these do come with tests, but I'm not giving my kids paper and pen tests on Bible. I'm just not going to do that. So we have Unit 1, God is my King. You're going to go through God rules creation. It's a different level of creation, okay? A higher level for kids are getting higher in age. God rules nature. God rules family. God rules me. Something I think the whole world needs to do this lesson. God rules me, because it's the heart of man, guys. It's just so, I don't even want to deal with it. We got prophets talking about fornication is not a biblical sin. Prophets. Anyway, Unit 2, we have an obedient heart. Oh, wait, let me go back. So we're going back in Unit 1. When we deal with Noah's Ark, we delve into safe in the ark with God, atop Mount Ararat, God blesses trust, Noah's faith, God's promise. We didn't deal with that level of Noah's Ark. We dealt with the very basic level, God told him to do this. The heart of man was so evil and wicked. God was like, I'm wiping it all out. Okay. Then now we're getting to a new Bible story. The Tower of Babel falls. And then we got a hero of faith, John Bunyan. We're going back to Abraham. God gives him a son, Abraham a son. Abraham gives to God, worthy of praise. Now we got to unit 2, an obedient heart. God calls Moses. God shows his power again. But this is on a higher level, guys. But when we talk about the 10 commandments, we're now going to talk about the golden calf. They spoke of it a little bit in Bible Truth 1, but now we're going to go a little bit deeper into the golden calf. Jonah the prophet, we're going to talk about him. Balaam, that's unit 2, obedient speech. Unit 2D, obedient hands, we're going to talk about Jericho first. Unit 3, a humble heart, God calls Gideon. We didn't talk about Gideon at all. Unit 3B, humble yourself before God. Now we're going to talk about Samson. Unit 3C, Ruth. Unit 3D, we're going to go back to Samuel, but on a deeper level. Unit 4, birth of a savior. So you should be around December, around this time period, guys. Let's see, Unit 5, a serving heart, Jonathan and David. We're going back to King David for all of Unit 5. Except for Unit 5D, we're going to talk about Nehemiah. Unit 6, Esther. We didn't talk about her at all. Unit 6C, David, reputation. We didn't talk about David and, Daniel. We need to talk about Daniel. That's going to be a really good one. I know my kids are going to love it. Unit 6D, God protects Daniel. Ooh, Unit 7. I need forgiveness. Trapped by sin, the freedom of forgiveness. Ooh, wee. Unit 7B, God forgives me. Yes. 7C, I accept God's forgiveness because some people don't think they're worthy of forgiveness. 7D, I forgive others. That's really good, especially if you have kids that are siblings and, Easter, one of our favorites. We could talk about Christ's crucifixion. 8D, B, Christ's resurrection. Unit 9 is all about Jesus, the Messiah. And then we're going to talk about Jesus calming the storm, how he was baptized, Jesus' temptation. That's going to be a good one. Turning from temptation. See, this kind of stuff is higher level for Unit 2. We're going to talk about Isaiah the prophet. Jesus is coming again. Another lesson everybody needs to know. Everybody's running amok. Are y'all forgetting that Jesus is coming? I understand your grandma, your great-grandma, great-great-grandmama, and everybody's talking about Jesus is coming back. And we're like, yeah, grandma. So everybody's carrying on like it's not going to happen, but it will. I digress. Unit 10, a generous heart. John the Baptist, that's another one my kids love. Ooh, 5,000 fed. You can do so much with that lesson. Unit 10C, I give my possessions. The widow loves from little. Honoring Jesus, giving. Unit 10D, I give myself to others. Dorcas, Paul the missionary, followers of Jesus. So, now I do have the book. Because they're new and they're intact. So this is what my kids will be working from. And I cannot wait. See, things like this, it's getting higher level. So at first thought, because I was looking at it, I was like, what the heck difference is it between Bible Truths 1 and Bible Truths 2? Guys, I went back and forth. Should I use my Teach Sunday School resources, or more than that? Like I said, for Bible, I'm just focusing a lot on Bible stories. So I was just going to start teaching from this and using my crafts from Teach Sunday School. But when I saw that, yeah, you are going to deal with creation. You are going to deal with Noah's Ark, but it's on a higher level, meaning it's not for first grade anymore. It's for second and third, fourth graders, maybe even, So I felt that it was going to be very beneficial for that. So anyway, guys, what are you using for Bible? Do your kids love it? What fun stuff do you guys do? I would love to know so that maybe me and my kids can have some ideas as well. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please consider clicking subscribe and like. Leave any comments and questions that you have down below. And until next time, guys, bye.